Hey everyone, it's me, Ava. Some of you know me as Kaisa. I coach a lot of you. A lot of you are also going to be new to me. I'm one of those that straight shoot from the hip. This is my first Twin Flame Collective message. I had a dream. I knew it was coming, this type of transmissions and channeling or whatever, but I didn't know it was going to come this soon. So, whoo. Anyway, um, work with me on my first time, but I made some notes about what I need to tell you guys and prepare you for. Okay. Right now, you'll know um, a lot of us are going to be going through emotional healing and a deep spiritual cleanse. So, therefore, we must allow ourselves to submit to the feeling of fear and vulnerability, being out of control. It's very important that we allow ourselves to be out of control because it's a way of allowing the ego to step aside. And we can't allow the ego to be in front, or else we'll never heal the emotional baggage that we've been carrying for so long. We'll also never allow ourselves to know what is the root of our personality traits actually in a relationship situation. Why we can't allow ourselves to be loved, why we won't allow ourselves to love someone or to care or have feelings. Divine feminine, even though we are going through growing independently and have our own money and our security, we must learn to accept help and allow the divine masculine to provide for you. It's not weakness. Actually, it takes a stronger person to realize when they need help. It doesn't hurt to allow a man to open a door for you. It doesn't hurt to allow a man to change a tire for you. Yes, we know how to do these things for ourselves. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of being strong and in your empowerment. I am such a divine feminine that can do these things for ourselves, for myself, but I am still feminine enough and comfortable enough in my empowered femininity to allow a divine masculine to do something for me. Okay. Right now, we as divine feminine are in our own self-preservation mode. And actually, it's very interesting. I'm going to explain that in a minute. By divine design, this separation of reflection is to keep ourselves pure, mind, body, and soul, while the divine masculine is catching up. In other words, I have this thing called self-preservation that I say about the divine masculine. When we first started in this crazy twin flame dynamic and journey, we said to ourselves, why are they ignoring us? Why are they ghosting us? Why are they not talking to me? Blah, 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 yada, yada. And what it is in reality is self-preservation. The first thing that a person does when they notice that they can be hurt or vulnerable in a situation is they run or they ghost or self-preservation. So what they'll do is ghost, say they don't care anything about you, treat you poorly, say go on with your life without them, in self-rejection and denial, knowing darn well that's not what they really want, but this is what's best for them, they think. So a lot of times we have to understand that just because they're blocking us does not necessarily mean that they are blocking us because they don't want to be bothered with us. They're trying to convince themselves that they don't need us and they really don't care as much as they do. And that's what they went through first when they were the ones that did all of that. So now we, as the awakened twins, are going through that ourselves. We're becoming empowered. We're learning more about our spirituality. We're learning more about ourselves, our weaknesses, which are not weaknesses. They are just vulnerabilities that we must surrender to and embrace them, understand them, and be empowered in them. Okay. Take this time to heal and face the challenges of embracing the past hurt, which is what I was just mentioning. It it's necessary, very necessary for us to understand that we have these vulnerabilities that we we don't want anyone to know. We don't want anyone to see, but we have to, in order for us to develop and grow spiritually and to prepare ourselves to be a partner in a relationship. A life will be filled with happiness, love, and abundance in your future. Simple. Once we get ourselves together, this dream showed me that once we become full as a twin couple, things will just flourish and everything will just flow like nothing even happened. Like you will forget completely what you've been through. It will just be a past faded memory, like, wow, I don't even know how I made it through all of that. There will be physical communication that will be starting for some of you in emails and texts. Make sure you keep your lines of communication open though, okay? Because for those of you that have blocked your twin, unblock your twin. Keep your relationship charged by allowing yourself to be open to the vulnerability and surrender to the process. So, if you have blocked them because they hurt you for whatever, they ghosted you or didn't treat you some certain way or whatever, unblock them and just let it go. Okay. And move on and find out why and address that issue as to why it was such a big deal that you are you needy? Do you think that they have to be their center of attention 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Make that known to yourselves. Understand why you panic whenever you don't get an immediate text. Life goes on. And remember, your twin does not think like you do. They're the opposite of you. So, you know, sometimes you might want to look at it as you. Okay, so let me explain that a little better. Even though they're opposite of you, put it this way, the mirror thing, reflecting what you would wish, okay? Now, imagine you're getting all these texts from your twin. Like, would you really want to receive all that? Do you want to receive paragraphs and paragraphs of texting, book novel text? Or just a simple, hey, a hey means a lot. And just three letters, HEY, and they mean a lot. They just mean, I'm thinking of you, I'm okay, love you, or care about you, or whatever. Okay, so accept the hey. Don't take that as let's run on with a complete, paragraph conversation, because you have to understand a lot of times your twins may be in meetings and they're just thinking about you and they can't be doing all that, or sitting in a car or driving somewhere. So you have to understand, take a minute and say, you know what? It was nice that they gave me a couple minutes out of their minute. They are thinking about me, and let it go. Say, hey, you too. You know what? You could go HEY space, the letter U, space, and that's it. So that's a good thing. All right. I'm sorry about the focusing and everything. I'm still trying to get this all together, but I'll master it. You watch. I will master it. Okay, the next thing is there will be the separation of reflection is necessary so that you can be closer in the future, to know more about yourself in order to know what you will and will not compromise in our relationship, regardless of the partner being your twin or not. So, with that being said, let's understand, even though we're caught, excuse me, even though we're caught up in the twin flame dynamic, learn that they're still people. We still have to get through the 3D areas of life. It means, are you really prepared for your twin to be in your life? You think you are, but think about it honestly. Do you have children in your life that would have to be uprooted if you don't have a job? They're not, and they're the breadwinner. I mean, these are things are you ready to move? Are you states away? Are you a country away? There's a lot to that. You know what I mean? So also, what won't you compromise? Will you insist upon working or not working? What will you compromise? Are you willing to leave your area? Are you willing to live in a home, a house or apartment, condominium? They may look long term, is what I'm trying to tell you, is to look long term in regards to a relationship with anyone. Okay. We must remove the barriers of emotional protection. Surrender to the entire process, not just the easy parts. Discovering our vulnerabilities, not weaknesses, will allow our heart chakras to expand, which is required to make space for our twins. Right? So, what I really want you to understand is your barriers of emotional protection. Your barriers of emotional protection is your wall. Why do you get so defensive? Another thing about, well, I'm only going to move a little bit. I'm only going to give a little bit of myself to my twin. I'm not going to give all of myself because I could be hurt. Well, that's a barrier, and you're not in your truth either. You're not really standing in your truth and who you truly are. Can't do that. Won't work. It also delays union. Think about it. Okay. Isolation. That won't work either. It's all about balance. You must have a life outside of the twin flame dynamic and your spiritual studies. Balance by merging your complete etheric you with your 3D vessel. That means take your time, deal with your spirituality, do your studies, do your growth and your development, learn more about yourself, do your inner work, do your inner child work. But don't do so much of it you forget about the outside work too. Try to learn how to balance the both of them simultaneously. Take a break sometimes. You don't have to meditate every single day. It's not, no matter what anyone says, you don't. And you know what? Sometimes a meditation is just a quick 2 minutes to yourself. You could do it while you're sitting at a light. And your eyes don't have to be closed. It's just a moment of zenning yourself and recentering. So it doesn't require a long, drawn out process. Trust me. As far as your twin flame dynamic and balancing, that is your spiritual work. All that stuff that I just said is the spiritual work for your twin flame dynamic. Also realize that with that, you're not supposed to isolate yourself either. You're not supposed to stay in the house. Go out with your friends. Go out with the girls. Hang out there. And also, there's a lot of us, if you're like me, divine feminines. Well, I should say women. I have to say women. A lot of us women do not like to hang out with other women. Sorry, it's the girly stuff. I couldn't tell you the newest bag. I couldn't tell you the newest fashion. I can't do all that. I'd rather hang out with the guys. I've always been like that. But that is a flaw in being unbalanced. Guilty. I'm quite sure there's a couple of you out there that are guilty like that too. So you're going to have to learn how to work with other females. Same gender friends. You have to go find some and go hang out with them. You don't have to do it all the time. I did mine through bowling, so I had a little mix of everybody. But just a few friends that are of the same sex so that you can get that balance back. You have to realize something that we both have to understand. On both sides of the scale, does the divine masculine or your mate or your partner, male or female, divine masculine, divine feminine, doesn't matter, will they appreciate all those opposite sex friends? And figure out why you have those specific friends. Are they the ones that you cry on their shoulders? Okay, well, you need to stop that, because you shouldn't be crying on their shoulders if they're opposite sex. That means you still have this need for completeness in male companionship. So that means you need to balance the masculine within yourself. And the same thing goes vice versa, to balance the feminine within yourself. Guys, you got a lot of female friends. I'm telling you, is that going to be a problem? So consider that something that you might want to look into as well. Okay. Those of you who are still in the ego stage, prepare yourselves. The divine is jump-starting your twin flame spiritual development and shaking up your comfort in denial. Okay. That simply means those of you that are denying that you have this feeling or this bond, it's not real. It's real. And universe or the divine is going to step in and make some changes and shake that life up a little bit and make it happen and begin it, since you're in, that person is in denial or you're in denial. So know that your twin that is in denial is getting ready to have their feet, just the rug just ripped from under them. Trust me. So you might want to start getting yourself prepared, because they're going to be doing this that we took a long time and had time to heal, then have some more shizzle happen to us, and then take some healing, and then some more shizzle. That's not what they're going to get. They're going to get shizzle, 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 shizzle. Take a breath. Shizzle, sizzle, sizzle. And they're going to have it at a rapid rate. So understand that. Once a twin is approaching personal completion, his or her abilities will enhance and will be our responsibility to assist newbie twins in their process. Okay. That means we are going to, there will be a point at the end of your personal journey or whatever, in your twin flame part, that you'll be complete. And once you approach that or you achieve that, the next part is to assist the newbie twins that are just starting out. Because you know the stages, you know what you've been through, and it's important that you assist others so that we can help each other as a collective. With that being said, also, is the twins' responsibility is to assist the unawakened that is wakening. I'm going to say it again. As twins, our responsibility is to assist those that are unawakened awaken and ascend. We'll know the journey. We know how it goes. We're here to show them what unconditional love truly is. So they're going to go through everything that we've gone through, but they're going to go at a regular pace. We went through it quickly so that we could be on the scene, on call EMT, so to speak, the rescue squad to help everyone else in their spiritual journey. Help them ascend, learn what's going on, what awakening truly is, and all of that. There's a big responsibility, you chosen twins, because, you signed up for this. So I don't want to hear, oh, I don't want to do this. Okay, well, that's not a choice. Okay. The reaping that you put into your inner work will sow great benefits. You can make this journey about you and woe is you, or about, wow, I got some shizzle I need to get rid of. So I can be free. Not so you can achieve reunion with your twin. That part is a bonus. Okay. A lot of you twins are only doing this work, and I hear a lot going around talking about, well, how long is it going to take how much healing do I need to do before, we'll see some differences with our twin? Is that the only reason why you're doing this? Because if that's the case, you'll never see union. Okay? You will absolutely never see union. And I don't want to get into it right now, but it is possible. Okay? It is possible. If you refuse to do your inner work for your own self-development, you won't see union. You have to want it for yourself and only yourself. Otherwise, there's no point. There's absolutely no point in it. Sorry. The focus was out. Like I was saying, there's absolutely no point in doing it. You must do it for yourself. We have to individually get back and connect to source. Know our true self, our true being, our self-worth. We must self-love and understand how all this really works so that we can help those that have no clue. A lot of people embrace this and say, oh, yay, it's a great journey. I'm so blessed to be in this journey. Okay, well, you know what? That's nice. You have that attitude, and I think that's wonderful. But there are those of us who have been through hell, and we don't see it that way. I see it as a job and a responsibility. There are some of us twins that see it as, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. Why did I do this? Why did I sign up for this? But it doesn't matter. It isn't matter. Just remember, we're going through this for ourselves so that we can help others. And the twin flame dynamic paradigm, that's its purpose. And once we get our twin in the end, once we finally get ourselves all together and they're squared away too. Remember, they have to be squared away as well. Now, we're awakened and it's taking this long. Give them a second. Give them a second. Just double check to make sure that there's nothing else that you have left to do. I thank you for taking a second, taking a moment to listen. I hope this has helped many of you out there. Again, like I said, this is my first Twin Flame Collective message that has been given to me through a dream to help my fellow twin brothers and sisters. I love you all and have a magnificently blessed day. Wonders to thee. Ciao.